Bug Frags were introduced in Battle Network 2, and it's kind of implied that there were remains left behind by glitchy programs, but in the MegaMan Battle Network series, they're also a form of currency, just like Zenny. Today, we're going to go over how many Bug Frags you need to get everything in the MegaMan Battle Network Legacy Collection. Some quick notes first. We're going to go over the totals for each individual game, and then the total for the series. We're going to count each individual version as a separate game, and you'll quickly see why we're doing that. Also, we're only going to cover parts of the game that require a finite amount of Bug Frags. So while you technically need Bug Frags to feed the Bug Frag chip trader, you don't actually need to use it in most cases. There's one exception, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Finally, for shops that require Bug Frags, we're only going to get one of everything in the shop. Some shops allow you to buy multiple copies of the same thing. Some of them are finite, others are infinite, but for our purposes, we're only going to count one copy of each. Okay, we're ready to go. So drink some water, do your stretches, and let's get started. Oh look, Gaia wants you to support on Patreon. Like we said, Bug Frags were introduced in MegaMan Battle Network 2, and unlike the other Battle Network games, there's only 32 of them. The only spot where you can use them is the Bug Frag shop in Koto Square. You can exchange them for Cross Gun Star and Spreader M for 1 Bug Frag, Recovery 80 Star for 2, Air Shoes A for 4, Attack Plus 30 Star for 8, and Zeus Hammer Z for 16. The shop's total adds up to exactly 32, meaning you'll need to collect every single Bug Frag in the game to get everything. Except that's not true. There's a useful, well-known glitch called the Gospel Duplication glitch, which allows you to get copies of these chips from the shop without needing to spend all of your Bug Frags. Well, technically you still need to spend the Bug Frags, but the short version is this. Each time you beat the final boss and let the credits roll, the game saves all the chips in your pack and all of the Zenny currently in your wallet. But it also returns the game your last save. So if you last save the game before you spend your Bug Frags, not only will you get your Bug Frags back, but you'll also replenish the shop's inventory. This is helpful if you want to get extra copies of Attack Plus 30 and Zeus Hammer, since this shop is the only place in the game where you can get them without using the chip trader. And Attack Plus 30 can't be found in the chip trader, so this is your one chance to get more. And if you're hesitant to use this glitch, don't worry. When the MegaMan Battle Network Legacy Collection came out, Capcom said they were keeping some well-known glitches in the game as long as they didn't disrupt the game's experience or make things completely unfair online. Since the Gospel Duplication glitch can only help you get multiple copies of chips, they didn't see any harm in it. Plus, you can technically get more copies of all these chips through trading, so it's completely okay to use this exploit to speed up the process. The way I see it, if it's okay with the game devs, then it's okay with me. While you only need 16 Bug Frags to get everything in Battle Network 2, I'm still going to count the 32 Bug Frags for those who don't want to include the glitches in the final count. But know in your heart that you can get everything with far less. Bug Frags return with a vengeance in Battle Network 3, and this time, you're able to do a lot more with them. In exchange, they're also far easier to obtain. In this game, you can get Bug Frags by deleting an enemy right before they're about to attack, which is called a counter hit. Depending on the number of enemies you defeat, you'll earn a certain amount of Bug Frags after the battle ends. You'll get 1, 3, or 8 Bug Frags by successfully counter hitting 1, 2, or 3 enemies, respectively. But if you manage to counter hit a boss, you'll gain 10 Bug Frags instead. A while ago, I made a short guide on how to get Bug Frags quickly. The simple answer is to fight Gutsman, since he has a long counter hit window. He's also not a random encounter, so you can repeatedly battle him without any interruptions. And you'll want to fight him to get everything, because this game requires an insane amount of Bug Frags. Before we even talk about the shops, let's go over the quests that ask you to use Bug Frags. First quest is the Virus Breeder quest. Once you've unlocked this feature, you can find viruses in the overworld that you can basically tame as pets. And at the same time, a new side quest will appear on the job board for you to recruit a set of bunny viruses. The owner of these bunnies will ask for 50 Bug Frags before giving them to you. So that's an easy 50 right there. Next, we have to find all the other viruses in the Virus Breeder. There's 9 sets of viruses in total, and they're hidden in wildly different spots on the map. I made another guide detailing all of these locations in case you're wondering, but let's assume you already found them all. Now that they're in the Virus Breeder, you can give them Bug Frags to increase their attack power. Each virus family can be fed up to 100 Bug Frags, and if you feed them that many, you'll be able to meet their boss, the SP virus. Doing this will give you an achievement in the Legacy Collection, and you'll be able to recruit them like other viruses. So as a result, that leaves us with another 900 Bug Frags to use. While you're traveling through the post-game area, you'll come across some obelisks that can't be destroyed without a hammer. This hammer is found in the Undernet, but to get there, you need to take one of two paths. One of those paths has a hungry Spiky. If you give him 50 Bug Frags, he'll let you pass. You could take the other path without spending Bug Frags, but for our purposes, let's just say that you gave them to him. Finally, we have the Bug Frag Chip Trader. While I said before we're not counting Bug Frag traders since you can exchange them for chips indefinitely, Battle number 3 actually requires you to use it. After you feed the trader a total of 300 Bug Frags and defeat Serenade, you'll gain the ability to fight base GS. And, as a bonus, you also get 30 random chips. And, weirdly enough, that's every side quest that requires you to give Bug Frags in the entire series. No, seriously, no other game in the series requires you to give Bug Frags to anyone. There are plenty of quests and NPCs that give you Bug Frags, but besides shops and chip traders, there aren't any other quests where you can use them. Not really sure why. I thought I was mistaken, or that I misremembered it, so I checked like 5 different guides. I'm pretty sure there aren't any other quests, but if you can think of one, feel free to share it in the comments. So, all that's left are Battle Network 3's Bug Frag shops, which is going to be fun? Okay, so you know how I said we were going to count each version as a separate game? This is why. Battle Network 3 has 2 completely different sets of shops, depending on the version you're playing. This applies to basically every shop except for sub-chip traders. Most importantly, it affects Bug Frag shops. And while you'd think they'd just swap out the items and keep the prices the same, that's not what happens. Not even close. This is why I decided to include both versions in the total for every game, since otherwise, it'll just become really convoluted. But don't worry, I'll still separate out the totals for this game, just in case you plan to play only one version for each entry. Now onto the shops. There's only 3 of them in Battle Number 3 that require Bug Frags. One hidden in the corner of Yoka Area 1, one in Undernet Area 2 that can only be accessed through this statue in Hades Isle, and finally, one in the depths of Undernet 6. Honestly, out of the 3, you're most likely to find the one in Undernet 6 first through a casual playthrough. The other 2 are in pretty weird spots, but if you do manage to find them, you definitely get rewarded. Let's start with Yoka Area 1. White version's shop gives us Airshot 2 for 20 Bug Frags, which is an interesting choice. I don't really understand why they made 3 copies of Airshot for this game, but since it's fun to fire rock cubes with them, I honestly don't mind. Anyway, we have Wood plus 30 star for 40 Bug Frags, Barrier 100 star for 50 Bug Frags, Time Bomb K for 60 Bug Frags, and Lava Stage star for, hold on, Lava Stage star? That's so good. And we have Barrier 100 star in the same shop. That's basically a combo by itself, and it's an insanely good one. And it can easily pair with any other chip combo you happen to draw. Anyway, to get that amazing Lava Stage star, it'll cost you 80 Bug Frags. Finally, you can get Mine A for 100 Bug Frags. In total, you'll need 350 Bug Frags to get 1 copy of each chip here. I don't know how Mine and Lava Stage interact, but if it works how I think it does, it's pretty devastating. And if they try to avoid moving, use Airshot to push them. Now I can see why White version has ground style. This shop alone can manipulate the field really easily. Now for Blue version. We start with Lava Stage A for 35 Bug Frags. Not as good a code, but A is common enough. Guts Straight costs 50 Bug Frags. Black Bomb 3G is 90 Bug Frags. If you can manage to pair it with a traded Lava Stage star from White version, that's an incredible combo. Next we have Variable Sword for 90 Bug Frags, Step Cross T for 95 Bug Frags, and Guts Impact I for 100 Bug Frags. It's kind of weird that they have 2 variations of Gut Punch in the same shop, but also they have the 2 best swords in the game in the same shop. Step Cross is also my favorite chip ever, so I'll happily hand over 95 Bug Frags for one. In total, Blue version's shop costs 460 Bug Frags. That's 110 more than White version. Will the shops equal out as we continue? Place your bets now. Time for Hades Idol. We jack into the statue and head to Undernet 2's shop. White version has, oh my god, has Step Cross P. That is absolutely broken. White version has Hammer Star for 20 Bug Frags, Gut Straight P for 40 Bug Frags, Navi plus 20 star for 40 Bug Frags, Step Cross P, the best sword chip, for a mere 90 Bug Frags. Then we have our first Mega and Giga chips, Anubis A for 150 Bug Frags, and Navi Recycle Star for 200 Bug Frags. It's kind of funny that, besides the Mega chip, all of the chips in the shop are either in the Star or P codes. For those who are wondering, P is one of the best codes in the entire game. Step Cross P in particular can also be used in 2 program advances, and overall is just a good chip. And like I said, it's my favorite. In total, we have 540 Bug Frags for everything in White version's Hades Isle shop. Now for Blue version. This shop is equally as crazy. Elect plus 30 star for 15 Bug Frags, Wood plus 30 star for 15 Bug Frags, Full Cust star for 30 Bug Frags. I'm going to stop right there. Okay, I said P code was the best code in the game, but I didn't say why. But now I need to. It's because of Plantman. Plantman is a multi-hit attack that renders the enemy immobile if it happens to land. Combine that with this game's Wood plus 30 star, and you have a devastating attack ready to go. And then there's Full Cust. We know why it's good. No explanation needed. You can get both of those for 45 Bug Frags. That's ludicrous. Also keep in mind, Wood plus 30 star was 40 Bug Frags in White version's other shop. Blue version already stands out because of that, but then we get to the next 3 chips in this shop. Godstone S for 80 Bug Frags, Meteors R for 150, and Folder Back Star for 200. So in this game, Meteors is broken. You can area lock your opponent down to 1 panel and have every meteor strike them consecutively. It's the sole reason that area grab doesn't let you claim the back row anymore. And Folder Back is just nuts. It's so strong, it was revised in the Legacy Collection. While you can recycle your folder endlessly with it in single player mode, in multiplayer battles, you can only do it once per battle. And for good reason. This shop costs Blue version 490 Bug Frags. Yes, it's cheaper to get one of everything in this shop than it is in White version, and its chip selection is outright insane. Keep in mind, you can get to the shop right after you defeat Desert Man. Lastly, we have the Bug Frag shop in Undernet 6. Thankfully, this time around, it's the same shop for both versions. And unlike the others, it has Navi customizer programs instead of chips. We have a pink speed plus 1 for 40 Bug Frags, a white HP plus 100 for 50 Bug Frags, a yellow regular plus 5, HP plus 200, and rush program for 70, 80, and 100 Bug Frags respectively. And finally, we have a pink Buster Max program for 150 Bug Frags. In total, this shop also costs 490 Bug Frags. Although, honestly, if you don't play online, you don't need to get Rush. But for the sake of this exercise, we're going to count it. Also, while we're here, I want to note that Buster Max is basically essential for farming Bug Frags in the Legacy Collection. Throw that program into the Navi customizer, turn on the collection's Buster Max mode, and it now takes 2 Buster shots to defeat Gutsman. So if you plan to get everything in every shop, this should be your first stop. In total, to get one of everything in White version and complete all the side quests that require Bug Frags, you need a total of 2,630 Bug Frags. To do the same in Blue version, you need a total of 2,690 Bug Frags. And if you plan to do this in both versions, you'll need a grand total of 5,320 Bug Frags. And this is just for Battle Network 3. Technically, if you want to clear out the shops, you'll need 2,830 for White version, since you can buy 3 copies of Mine A in the first shop. But since we're only tallying 1 of each chip or program, we're not going to count those. Battle Network 4 onward doesn't require you to get nearly as many Bug Frags, but it's still more than I initially expected. And also, the shops don't change depending on version anymore, so it will be much, much easier to keep track of everything going forward. Battle Network 4 changes how you obtain Bug Frags. Since counter hits now give you full synchro instead of Bug Frags, they made it so the green mystery datas that appear in battle have a chance to drop Bug Frags. Also, sometimes you'll just randomly get them from the overworld mystery data. Those are the main methods. Each game also has random tasks that'll give you Bug Frags, but they're usually just one-off rewards. This means it'll take somewhat longer to get Bug Frags than before, but like I said, you don't need nearly as many now. Battle Network 4 also starts this weird new tradition where the Bug Frag shops now hold both chips and Navi customizer programs at the same time. I'm not going to question it, but it stands out. There's only 2 Bug Frag shops in each game. Battle Network 4 has Bug Frag merchants in Park Area 3, because of course it has to be in Park Area 3, and in Undernet 4. Park Area 3's shop is notable because you need the C slider to access it. This basically means that even though you can reach Park Area 3 earlier in the story than Undernet 4, you actually gain access to each shop at the exact same time. First, let's go over Park Area 3's chips. We have Holy Panel Star for 10 Bug Frags, Anti-Damage R for 24 Bug Frags, and Shooting Star R for 60 Bug Frags. In case you're wondering, Shooting Star is Meteors, the same chip we mentioned a few minutes ago. Its Japanese name is and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Ryusei, which literally means meteors or shooting star. It's the same name that Mega Man Star Force has in Japan, Ryusei no Rockman. And that's also probably why it's in the R code. All Navi chips use the first letter of their Japanese name when it's transliterated into the Roman alphabet. And it looks like Mega chips also follow that pattern. Now for the Navi customizer programs. We have a yellow sneak run for 8 Bug Frags, a pink HP 400 for 16 Bug Frags, and a white collect program for 42 Bug Frags. If you get absolutely nothing else, please, I beg you, get the collect program. We all know about Battle Network 4's New Game Plus situation, and collect helps minimize any chip searching you need to do before you start your next playthrough. Anyway, buying one of everything in Park Area 3 costs 160 Bug Frags. Easy enough. Now for Undernet Area 4. We can get the Blue Air Shoes program for 22 Bug Frags, the Red Anti-Magic program for 36 Bug Frags, and the White Attack Max program for 72 Bug Frags. Funny enough, Anti-Magic is basically the Navi customizer version of the anti-damage chip. So you can technically go a whole battle using left plus B repeatedly and deliberately taking hits. And we can also say that there's 2 shops that have anti-damage by technicality. Now for the chips. So, I thought the shops weren't different between each version after Battle Network 3. That's a little misleading, but trust me, it doesn't affect our total. Each game usually has at least 1 Giga chip in their last Bug Frag shop, and it'll always change depending on the version. But thankfully, their costs will always be the same between versions. In Red Sun, you can get Holy Dream H, and in Blue Moon, you can get Signal Red S. Either way, it'll cost you 100 Bug Frags. And in total, this shop will cost 308 Bug Frags. Buying one of everything in a single version will cost 468 Bug Frags, and just like Battle Network 2, you'll actually completely clear out the shop by doing that. If you buy one of everything in both versions, that'll be 936 Bug Frags in total. Once again, Battle Network 5 has 2 Bug Frag shops, one in the normal cyberworld and one in the Undernet. First one's in Scilab Area 3, accessible right after you defeat Cloudman. Here you can get the Red Auto Run program for 8 Bug Frags, the Green Millions program for 22, and the Blue Float Shoes program for 40. The Millions program changes any mystery data into Zennies, and I kinda wish there was a program like that for Bug Frags. Anyway, now for the chips. You can get Winrack B for 12 Bug Frags, Lava Seed P for 26, and Poltergeist P for 60. Interestingly, this is the first Bug Frag shop to hold an infinite amount of chips. Winrack B and Lava Seed P can be purchased as many times as you want, but Poltergeist can only be obtained once in the shop. But to get one of everything, you need 168 Bug Frags, which is kinda high considering how early you're able to reach the shop. Moving on to Undernet 2, we have a blue Sneak Run program for 20 Bug Frags, a yellow HP plus 300 for 30 Bug Frags, and a red Gigafolder 1 for 90. When it comes to chips, we have Anti-Water D for 26 Bug Frags, Attack plus 30 Star for 50 Bug Frags, and our Games Giga chip for 100 Bug Frags. In Team Protoman, you can get Bug Curse C, and in Team Kernel, you can get Bug Charge B. The funny thing about this shop is you can only get infinite anti-water chips. Everything else can only be obtained once. I guess this shop really doesn't like water. Getting one of everything in the shop is 316 Bug Frags, bringing Battle Network 5's total to 484. If you're playing both versions, you'll need 968. Battle Network 6 returns with 2 Bug Frag shops again, but this time, one of them is exclusively Navi Customizer programs, and the other is exclusively chips. Let's start with the Navi Customizer program shop in Undernet 2. This shop has a white Sneak Run for 20 Bug Frags, a red Super Armor for 35, a green Reflect for 48, a pink Collect for 62, a yellow HP plus 400 for 76, and a red Giga Folder plus 1 for 100. The total for the shop alone is 341 Bug Frags, and if you happen to get one of everything, you'll also clear it out. Same can be said for Sky Area 1 shop. Unlike the games before it, every chip sold in a vendor shop is infinite. That includes Mega Chips and Giga Chips. The only exception is the chip order service, but that costs Zenny, so it doesn't apply to us right now. Sky Area 1's merchant will sell us Bubble Wrap Q for 24, Mind S for 36, Poison Seed P for 48, Grab Revenge Q for 65, Neo Variable Sword N for 80, and finally, our game's Giga Chip. In Cybe's Gregar, we have Bug Rise Sword V, and in Cybe's Falzar, we have Bug Death Thunder V. The price the shop lists is 100 Bug Frags, but that's actually not true. These Giga chips are unique from other chips before it. When you activate it, your charge shot changes to a weaker version of Dark Sword and Dark Thunder, respectively. But each time you unleash your charge shot, you'll have to pay 1 Bug Frag. If you don't have any Bug Frags on you, the charge shot will change to a regular sword and a regular thunder. But that's if you plan on using the chip. If you do, you'd be paying Bug Frags indefinitely, which in my mind is the same as throwing them in the Bug Frag chip trader. So for our purposes, 100 Bug Frags it is. Sky Area 1's shop costs 353 Bug Frags. That means in total, Battle Network 6 players will spend 694 Bug Frags in one version and 1,388 in both. Now it's time to add everything up. If you're playing only one version for each game, Battle Network 2 through 6, you need... Oh, wait. That's right. Battle Network 3 messes this up. Yeah, the total you need would depend on which version of Battle Network 3 you're playing. If you played white version of Battle Network 3, you'll need 4,308 Bug Frags to get one of everything across the 5 games and complete Battle Network 3 side quests. If you played blue version, you'll need 4,368 Bug Frags instead. But if you're planning to complete every part of every game in the MegaMan Battle Network Legacy Collection, you need a grand total of 8,644 Bug Frags. In case you're wondering, the limit for how many Bug Frags you can hold is 9,999. If you could somehow move Bug Frags between each game, you'd be able to collect all of them in Battle Network 3 and distribute them among each game without going over the limit once. But unfortunately, that's just not how it works. Have you collected everything in the Bug Frag shops before? And what's your favorite item in each shop? Let me know in the comments. Check out my Patreon, and thanks so much for watching.